It was a curious day at Essendon. The planning is all around the future, but against that backdrop, well, I suppose Ben Rutten did the only thing that he could. He went back to work and he picked up his coaching.
How unsettling has it been for you?
Look, it's been okay. Look, it's not ideal, obviously, but it is what it is.
Are you confident you've still got the playing group, Ben?
Yeah, I've got the confidence of the players. We've got a job to do, and I'm going to coach them the best I can the next 5 days.
It's an untenable situation. We understand that. I think the process is messy, and I don't think it's been honourable.
It's not a fun space to be in. You know, the uncertainty of what's ahead. We're all going to be under this pressure, whether you survive or don't. The challenge of being a leader at a football club is to keep leading and be strong, even though the outside pressure is coming.
I'm not sure I've seen a vision of a player treat a coach like this. And the disengagement of Nick Hine on the interchange bench here, you can't even look at him. So the players have clearly checked out.
Certainly got all our support. Been a bit of noise overnight, so we'll see how things pan out over the coming weeks.
What we've seen the last 2 weeks against the Giants and Port Adelaide, I think yesterday was the final straw. And in my opinion, yes, I'd move on from Ben. While Alistair Clarkson is sitting there, why don't, it's too good a coach there to not get in the race for him.
This is a big, massive football club who have been sitting in the dark for too long. That external review might start and stop with one man, and that is Alistair Clarkson.
I'm looking at the Essendon hierarchy. Are they ruthless enough as a football club from the top down? When's the last time Essendon were genuinely ruthless as a footy club?
Have you been getting insurance on your job?
No, I've been doing my job and preparing the players for this one.
Are you any clearer where you're at now than you were this morning?
No, I don't need it.
Will you be seeking assurances on your future, Ben?
No, here to finish this week off and finish this season off.
Do you expect to be here next season?
Absolutely.
I did rather like his "do you expect to be here next season?" Absolutely. He's in an impossible situation. Was it odd today that nothing happened
Very.
at Essendon?
Oh, extremely. Extremely odd. Essendon aren't doing a lot of talking at the moment. When I heard that Ben Rutten had turned up at training today, I thought the level of dignity within you is so great, it's so high. Now, I don't think Ben Rutten should continue as coach. I don't think the performances have suggested that he should. But after the events of the last 2 days, for him to turn up to training today, clearly he's spoken to the new president, David Barham, and he did say amongst all the dispatches, you know, I'll be coaching for the next 5 days, right? So there's a finality in his voice. B, he's had to sit down and talk to his players before they ran out on the ground, and then B, go out and take training. That's a tremendous amount of dignity, Jared. Tremendous amount. That was your thought, I would presume?
Yes, it was. So I felt this morning like once you've had the vote of no confidence, and that's what happened yesterday, once you start to pursue the next coach, that's the vote of no confidence in the man who's in the chair, is you need... Essendon's obligation is to leave Rutten with his dignity and with his payout. And the neatest way, I felt, would have been this morning. There's also the practicality is to truly engage with Alistair Clarkson. I would have thought the office needed to be empty. So that's a bit of a curiosity as well.
So that's not a little, that's a big curiosity. You know, Alistair Clarkson's been a really strong advocate for the AFL Coaches Association, and Essendon have got a coach. Now, my understanding is Essendon haven't spoken to Alistair Clarkson, as of we sit here right now, but they've spoken to James Henderson, his manager, and the indication is that Clarkson is showing interest. Not saying I want the job, he's showing interest. Do you think Ben Rutten will coach this weekend?
I don't know. No,
I would have said yes, say no.
Yes.
But now I'm saying yes.
OK. It will be an odd way for it to finish if there isn't So I think it can become torturous. What we saw, David Teague was unnecessarily tortured by Carlton at the end across numerous days, including having to conduct exit interviews while waiting to be told that he was out. You'd have to know what the conversation has been behind the scenes and whether he's been told that he's finishing up. And then if Ben has made the decision to finish off, I do think that should be articulated publicly beforehand. These are walking that in and out with the television doorstop on your way in and on your way out. I think that breaches the level of dignity required, and Nathan Buckley spoke around honour today, which resonated with me.
We said the word last night, Jared. Just got to be honest. And I can't help but think that he's been told, you're finishing up, this is your last game. Do you want to walk away now or do you want to coach? And Ben Rutten said, so I'm only, guessing here, said, yeah, I want to coach.
Yes.
OK, no worries. You can coach. So it's part of the reasons why maybe no one's talking at the Essendon Football Club, and we'll just survive to the week, and they've got Richmond on Saturday night, and it'll be his farewell.
Yeah, it shouldn't happen that... So Ben's post-match press conference shouldn't be is that your last game? That
I don't think he should turn up to his post-match.
Right. That all needs to be taken care of on the way in, I think. So I think these are really important days for Essendon.
They might announce it, Jared. They may announce it tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Right, will that soothe the public's and everyone's, demands for news? Maybe it will.
So
it will.
You wrote during the day, Essendon has every reason to believe that they'll get an audience with Clarkson?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. There's a couple of breaking stories from me and you today, wasn't there? They announced that the Giants had pulled out of the race. We were talking only last night, Jared, 12 hours ago. What sort of process are the Giants running? Are they making a very, very late swoop? But anyway, so that went out, and then today, was informed that Clarkson's management has informed the club that he's got interest in the Essendon job. I don't know if this is correct or not, Jared, so I'm just going to surmise here. I reckon last week Alistair Clarkson was going to North Melbourne. OK? And the curveball came with Essendon. Now he's thinking, of course he's interested. It's a big club. He's always wanted to coach a really big club. So he's of interest, but it's certainly thrown a curveball at North Melbourne.
And they're holding to their deadline. This is what you've just written for tomorrow's back page.
Yeah. It's again, the story on
Monday. The deadline provides us with a nice edge. When is the deadline?
Tomorrow, Wednesday. They want to know where they sit in his thinking right now. Now, he may soothe them and say, hey, guys, I've spent 4 weeks talking to you guys, 4 weeks, about planning personnel, me meeting you guys, you meeting me. This is what the kind of person I am. Luke Hodge, absolutely and aptly described on radio with you. That's a lot of due diligence. And then Essendon, the big sexy beast from bloody up Mount Alexander Road, said, hey, flashed the leg and said, have a look at us. And he's gone, So that's thrown a curveball, no doubt. But North have been in this for 4 weeks, Jared. They want an answer. And if they're going to miss out, tell us so we can move on. The club ain't going to collapse. Ideally, and in my opinion, I think Alistair Clarkson should go to North Melbourne.
So I was most curious to read, you've written North Melbourne needs Clarkson more than Essendon does.
Yeah, I do. I think that. Essendon will survive. They're a big club.
They've been a club on their knees
for
more than a decade.
Yeah, but
I don't know whether...
I'll tell you why they don't need them. They make profits every year and they've got 80,000 members, Jared. And they've been on their knees for 15 years.
Yeah, 80,000 members, a good few who are ready to burn the gates down on any given day.
They've still got 80,000 members. And they've been a rubbish team.
To appease, Robbo.
Oh, whatever. They will be appeased. They get highs and lows. In my opinion, this is an opportunity for Alistair Clarkson. Alistair Clarkson's legacy is in place. He's won 4 flags. The chase for a 5th would separate him from all those greats that we've spoken about. But part of a legacy, He loves footy. He understands the brutal nature of footy, but he also understands the essence of footy and what it does to community, and what he talks about Tasmania, and when he talks about his hometown of Conniva, which I've got to... I want Alistair Clarkson to say, hey, I'm going to help this football club because it needs my help right now. Lee Matthews calls it credibility. They need Clarkson to go in there for 3, 4, 5 years and lift that club. Now, he's a great admirer of John Kennedy, and they just took the cup off. John Kennedy coached at Hawthorn. And John Kennedy went to North Melbourne and picked him up in the 80s after a really successful 70s and said, well, come on, I'll give you credibility again. And then Pagan took over and Shimmer had him and Pagan. So, anyway, you know I'm a dreamer.
I know you're a romantic for these things.
I'm a dreamer.
But you are framing his professional career as a services to football idea.
Yeah, no.
And he shouldn't approach it that
that's
way.
your opinion. That's not my opinion.
No, well, you think he should do this. I think he should just take the job that he's most suited to and go about and
I think he's suited to North Melbourne.
Yeah, and
where do you think he's suited
I don't know, but he should take the time to work out the Essendon job, because you rightly point out he's had 4 weeks to consider North
Just
Melbourne.
feels like an arranged marriage. A really hastily arranged marriage. North and Clarkson were courting for 4 weeks, and then... oh, yeah, I'll marry you.
That's all right. All the great movies have a left at the altar scene.
Huh? Oh, come on, North Clarkson at North Melbourne. Imagine if he wins a flag at North.
Yeah, imagine if he's the one after Sheedy who wins a flag.
Oh, they should have won 16. They've won 16, mate.
Make them the most successful football club of all.
Help!
Where
North
he
Melbourne.
won't be is the Giants. So this came to its conclusion over the past 24 hours. Clarkson informed the Giants that he was going to remain in Melbourne to pursue his coaching. I think the Giants have run a really clever process. So they had the new coaches in a formal setup, which is reaching its concluding stages, while they ran separately their conversations with Clarkson to see what it would amount to. They evidently had very productive conversations across at least 4 meetings, where Clarkson was impressed with the club and the culture and the list that was there, and I think to a degree could have seen himself there, but just not out of state, and certainly not without the frontier idea of the AFL ambassadorial side.
And to go up there and he wants to take a team up there, you're convincing a lot of people to leave their home state.
And now that there are 2 jobs in Melbourne that he can frame up, I think that probably made it easier. So the Giants are...
Do you want to have another bet of Penfolds on?
No, I feel like I'm in the hole.
I'm going to be here.
I'll be bringing a crate in.
Double or nothing. Double or nothing.
Adam Uze, Adam Kingsley and Mark McVeigh. And I think they're at the point of checking references on all 3 rather than just one, with a decision to be made after Sunday's last game.
Yeah, it's really... And I've spoken to all 3 and they've got so much to offer, and I mean that. Adam Kingsley's a great football person. Mark McVeigh, I think, shown in the last month, contrary to the opinion of others, I think McVeigh has shown in the last month that he is a good senior coach.
Yep.
I really do. He talks with not the bravado, but he talks with the honesty and awareness that we need to see more of. I think he's fantastic. And Adam Uze, I don't even know what the betting thing is. I presume he's favourite.
Yeah, he feels like such a good fit.
Hang on, assistant coach at Hawthorn, tick, 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 tick. Assistant coach at Melbourne, tick, tick, tick. Now, if he's a really good relationships person, which everyone tells me he is, he's going to be hard to beat.